Hi everyone, thanks for having me here. I'll be talking about future-proof skills, something that I've been preoccupied since very early age in high school. I remember in the end of the 90s, beginning of 2000s, everybody's telling me that I need to learn languages because this is like evergreen, and then it will open a lot of doors for me. And I took this with a pinch of salt, so I became a software engineer, but for some reason I ended up speaking 6 languages. Ironically, remember, like more than a decade later, being at a conference regarding future skills and education. And then the keynote speaker was saying that we no longer need to learn languages, we need to learn programming languages. So that's the future. And I was like, okay, I'm fine also, because I'm a software engineer, I can code, I can do all those things. So for probably a few decades more, I will be okay. Well, a decade fast forwards, now in 2024, I realized that I might be actually out of the labor market. I mean, might be unemployed because I realized that a lot of those things are handled by technology. This is me a year ago in China when I realized that with 6 languages, I'm completely lost because I don't speak Mandarin. And I was communicating with people for an AI app that was doing an on-the-fly translation. Beyond that, at the same time, most of the AI companies started releasing large language models that were actually capable to code. I managed to produce a code, this is with Claude, that was doing a very nice interactive HTML canvas application. So I realized at some point, even my skills in software engineering might not be adequate anymore. So what comes next? How do we make sure that we have future-proof skills? It's not longer the case of hard skills. So what is it? How we can empower our brains to be capable to handle the task in a different way or better than the AI. Many companies started producing LLM models that facilitate education, but in a way that you basically ask questions, the AI, and it responds in a scientific matter. But these language models are not empowering people, not making them smarter. The only things that they're doing are actually they're making the AI smarter. So what's left for the people? Many institutions and experts are saying that we need to go to a higher order thinking. Higher order thinking can be defined in very different frameworks, but this is the Bloom's taxonomy, which is saying that from remembering and understanding, we need to go into evaluating and creating stuff. There are other sources that are talking that every year talking about different, like the skills of 2023, 2024. So this kind of aggregation of several different sources, and I to some extent agree to those. They're saying that there are skills that soon won't be replaced by AI. It will be critical thinking, system thinking, and creative thinking. But then the big question is, how do we get to those skills? How do we train them? How do we build them? In the last 14 years, I've been working for the United Nations as an expert on innovation and education technologies, and I have had the chance to work with a lot of young people from all over the world. And I realized one thing. They all like 2 things. They like to play, and they like to create stuff. I was having had the chance to work on engaging educational serious games, but also creating accelerators and incubators for people to create innovative solutions to tackle issues related to sustainable development. So at that point, I thought, okay, we need to go for something that creates both play and allows people to create. So why not creating games? But in this way, they can also create, they can also play. There is everything else. It's an amazing thing. The problem with games usually is that it's very difficult to create them. It requires a very diverse type of skills. It requires you to be a good programmer. It requires you to be able to create some assets. And last but not least, you need to know the subject matter. You need to be an expert in a certain domain. So that was the moment when I started or shifted the work on my platform, which is called, or our platform, which is called Vizipedia, in order to create a tool that allows everybody to create games that they can share, and they can also engage the others in a certain manner while playing, and also learning through 2 things, which one is called game-based learning and the other is project-based learning. What is game-based learning? Game-based learning allows people to, it's basically to learn not through gamification, just getting rewards, but actually engaging way more modes of semiotic media. It involves sensory motor experience and all the other things that the traditional media can't do. So it's way more efficient. This is an example of one of the games that you can produce. There are different agents you can do on Vizipedia. This is a point-and-click adventure game where you can find clues and solve puzzles, and by that learn different topics. This is on topic of history. You need to find a lost archaeologist by solving these puzzles and related to the history of the ancient world. The beauty of this is that you can create this thing within like an hour or two with the help of, guess what, the artificial intelligence. That actually is not giving you the answers. You're not like responding in scientific matter. It basically helps you. It's like, I call it, or we call it augmented intelligence or augmented artificial intelligence. It allows you basically to do the creative part, and you take over, and it takes over, sorry, the annoying and the repetitive things. Yeah, so you can use this too, and it works also as a project-based learning very well. This on the photo is my son, who is at the back, by the way, playing Minecraft at the moment, and he is creating here a game on maths for second grade about multiplication and division, and he manages to wrap it like in 2 hours by making research on the topic, by creating the different scenarios, and the AI is taking the heavy loads like generating the graphic, connecting the game elements, and everything else, and also helping you to build the storyline so that it makes sense. There are several different game engines at the moment available on the platform, and the best thing is that you can not only create here, but you can share everything. You don't need to publish it or pay for publishing. You publish it completely for free on the platform, and you can use and you reuse the resources that everybody has created, which makes the creation even faster and more efficient. And the other amazing thing is that as long as you're keeping everything, the creation and the usage of the content on the platform is completely for free, which allows everybody to use these amazing methodologies like game-based learning and project-based learning for creating the skills of the future. Thank you so much.